Welcome back, Tiny House people. This video is about how I start out making my floor plan, and let me show you what I've done. This is a program called DraftSite. It's free for a download. You go online and they just type in DraftSite. You find a place to download it for nothing. It's free, and this is where I started out. My original floor plan, let me zip this over here, basically was this right here, where I had my living room and the kitchen and the bathroom. Now, how did I start that? Well, I knew basically the size I wanted. The outside is going to be the maximum 8.5 and a 20-foot long. It's built on a 20-foot long trailer. Now, I started out with the floor plan, says something like this, just playing around with a bathroom layout, another bathroom layout, no shower, a very small bathroom, shower, no sink, and here's my kitchen in a U shape, and I plucked them, put them down on the floor plan. Now, it doesn't matter how you do this on a piece of paper, on DraftSite. And DraftSite, by the way, is basically a knockoff of AutoCAD. If you know how to use AutoCAD, I suggest to just use DraftSite. Unless you have AutoCAD on your computer, that's great. If you don't have either one and you don't know how to use DraftSite, and if you want to learn how to use it, that's fine. But I would recommend to go to Google Sketch. That's a free 3D program you can download right off of Google. And let's see now, Tiny Nest with Jake and Kiva. That's what they did. As a matter of fact, they sell a tutorial. If you're interested in buying something, how to use Google Sketch. Now, you can, on your own, search YouTube videos and how to use Google Sketch and, teach yourself. That's fine. Now, like I said, I use this DraftSite, and it is a knockoff of AutoCAD, and you can download like the toilet, the shower, sink, stoves, these people right off the internet. Just do a search on .dwg file. Type in person.dwg and you're probably going to get these guys right here. You can download them. Type in windows.dwg and you probably will find all kinds. You will, because that's where I got these. I got them off the internet. I didn't draw these little guys here. So anyways, yeah, see, here's the little guy standing up, okay? And basically I started out with everything with these files I found on the internet, okay? Now, on a piece of paper or on the computer, whatever method you want to use, start out with a floor plan. Play around with different scenarios of floor plans. Go online and see what other people have, that kind of thing. So that basically was my final draft, if you want to call it, of my floor plan. This is the lower section. Then this is the loft upstairs. I'm going to have a flight of stairs there. And so later on, I figured out, you know what? I'm going to make a bump out. I think I have a video on that. Maybe not on YouTube, but on Wayne's Tiny House Facebook page. If you want to go ahead and look that up, that's cool. And you can friend me there. And I actually have more videos there. Now, this is the, the elevation of the tiny house. Got my stairs going up. I'm going to have storage down here. The kitchen. All kitchens are small in tiny houses. Everything's small in tiny houses, so, get over it. The bathroom is going to be a 32-inch shower here. And like I said, I have a bump out going over further than the maximum 20 feet. And I think that'll be okay. That also increased the upper level. I also designed it overhang up top, so I can have a secondary sleeping loft up there if I wish, or it'll just be more storage. All right, and my final design ended up being like that. Okay, the bump out is here. I got about, almost 2 feet more in length. 2 feet's a lot in a tiny house. Let's see now, and I'm going to have a small deck that'll hinge up when I'm traveling. I don't plan to do much traveling with it, just maybe getting it from one spot for a year, that kind of thing. Let me see now. I have various plans here. Hey, I even downloaded this tree off the internet. Isn't that cool, huh? So I'm going to have this tree right by my house. Maybe I can find him at Home Depot or something. So, I went through a lot of different layouts, as you can see on this screen. It's crazy. It's very confusing, even to me right now. And I drew it all. But my first plans were going to be like board and batten. I didn't care for that. The house is so small that if you go to regular clapboard, it's going to look a lot classier. It's not going to be that much more expensive. I think I have all the wood for the board and batten, but it's going to add a lot more weight than cedar or redwood siding. Now you can also use vinyl siding if you want. If you think about it, most houses these days in the lower and middle class houses going to have vinyl siding. So what's the big deal? Most vinyl siding will withstand 100 miles an hour if it's installed right. You're not going to be going down the road 100 miles per hour. Just think it in those terms, okay? Whatever you put on your house, if it's not going to be blown off in a tropical storm, it's not going to be blown off when you're driving down the road at 55 miles per hour. Now, big thing there is your windows. If you do not have tempered glass in your windows, you better cover them up with a piece of plywood when you're going down the road, because if they should shatter, they could, I guess maybe they could kill someone, hurt someone badly. You don't want to do that. Some of these windows I do have are tempered glass. As you may have viewed one of my videos, my very first video is on how I found my bargains for my tiny house. I'm a very frugal guy. I want to get by as cheap as possible to build it. The most expensive item I bought so far in this is the trailer. I decided to go with Iron Eagle trailer, and it cost me a total of $6,000. I'm in Connecticut. They're in Oregon, way across the country, and I got it delivered. A guy towed it out here for me for $1,500. And I didn't think that was too bad when you really think about it. I wasn't going to drive out there and take me a week to, week off from work to wear and tear on my vehicle if I had a vehicle to tow it with. Anyways, it was cheap enough. So, now, after you figure out your floor plan and what your house is going to look like, you got to go through a lot. You got to go through a lot of thinking on how your layout is going to be. So, briefly, I got very large windows in this, and it's going to make it really look like the outside is inside, if you will. You know how they say that, have the outside part of your living space, even though it really isn't, because it's just glass, right? But anyway, you gotta figure out all your stud spacing. That's important for two reasons. You see the magenta lines here. That represents plywood. That's going to be on, so I highlighted the piece of plywood. You see how it starts 8 feet long, starts out at the edge, and it goes right to that stud, right to that stud right there. Now, that's important because you want your plywood to be on to hit the center of a stud. And the second thing you want to do is space these studs to the width you want. I chose 16 on center. That makes the standard insulation, bat insulation, what do you want to call them? Bats, they fly, don't they? Anyways, these don't fly. And it'll be a standard width from here to here. Once in a while, you're going to have a non-standard width. You have to cut it down. And some people do 2 foot on centers, and that's good too. And Tumbleweed builds their houses 2 foot on centers, and I think they spray in their insulation. And you can do that too. But I chose to use, what's that brand? I forgot. Well, we'll catch up on that later. It's not the pink stuff, but it's standard width, and that's what you want to do as much as you can. As you can see right here, this is not standard width, so I'll have to cut down my insulation here. I think that is standard width, and that's good. And these are all standard width. And as you can see, everywhere you see where a piece of plywood is going to go, it's going to hit a stud right there. Okay. Now this is drawn a little out of whack. That's okay. I did make some changes as I went along, making my stud layout. This is without the bump out, I believe, on this particular layout right here. Another thing you want to do is weigh all the pieces. What I did was I built my wall sections. Here's a section right here which goes up there. Here's another section here, has a window opening that goes right there, and this one goes right there. Now, weigh all your studs. Weigh everything you're going to build. This section right here, I could pick up the whole thing, and I bought myself a digital bathroom scale that's accurate enough, because you want to keep track of everything that you're putting on this trailer, because it's a 10,000 pound capacity trailer. Now that's everything, the furniture and everything. So you want a good feel for what it's going to weigh. You don't want to be building this house and adding all kinds of heavy things like tile floor, cast iron tub, cast iron sink. Keep that in mind, because if you're over, you might get in a bit of trouble. I'm not sure of the implications if you're over. A cop may say, hey, go to this weigh station, weigh it. If you're over, you're going to have to get a special permit, change your axles, whatever. I don't know. I don't know the law. Don't care to know it. I'm going to keep it under 10,000 pounds. At least I'm going to have a good idea of it. So what I did as I went along, I weighed these sections, and like for instance, this section right here, I got a rectangle around this section, and it weighs, and I put done, so I know that, okay, I already built that. And that weighs 67.4 pounds. And what I did also with a indelible pen, magic marker, I wrote somewhere on the wood, on the inside, what it weighs. So right now, this is done. I don't have a weight on it because I have it written on the inside of my walls, whatever you want to call it, the weight there, and later on I'll keep track of all of this. This is not really a professional plan that I can like sell, because it's extremely confusing. Now what I do when I got my design final here, like say I'm going to build this right here, I take my tablet, I take a picture of it right off my computer screen, because I have a printer, but it hasn't been working in flipping years. And why bother? I take a picture with my tablet. You can read all the dimensions. And I go outside with my tablet, start cutting my wood. I make my sections, and I kind of like pile them up until I'm ready to fasten them to the trailer. So let's take a look at this. This is another view from the other end. This is the one that has the bump out. So I'm gonna right now. I have this all on the trailer right now. I don't have the upper section. I have to build that. Like for instance, let's see now, I started to design the upper part right here as I have it highlighted, okay? And that's one of the next things I'll be doing. The weather's starting to get nice again, so I'll be out there. And what else? Oh, when you decide to buy your trailer, whoever you decide to buy your trailer from, get some kind of a drawing from them. They wouldn't give me an AutoCAD drawing. I bet you they had it. But they sent me a PDF file on it. Has all the dimensions that you need to start your layout, okay? Your final layout, or your layout of your studs, whatever you want to call it here. And you want to measure your trailer before you stop building anything. Don't stop building anything till you get your trailer, because the dimension from here on the trailer over to here was not what they said on that drawing they sent me. That's okay, because the overall was accurate from there to there. The width was accurate. They were just off a little bit. And if you built this before you got your trailer, it wouldn't fit, okay? So be careful of that. In Connecticut, where I am, the legal height from the bottom of that tire to the very top is 13.5 feet. And if you're 13.5 feet and 3/4 of an inch, is it going to really matter that much? Well, as you're building this, the weight is going to be pushing down on your tires and down on your springs. I think it's going to compress more than an inch. So, but you gotta be 13.5 feet or under. Some states are like 14 feet. I think that's the states where they don't have any bridges. I don't know. But be careful of those bridges. I've seen trailer trucks take on bridges, and the trucks always lose. And they go under a bridge that's not 14 feet high. Or they're more than 14 feet high. Whatever. What else do I want to say about this? These diagonals right here. Don't pay much attention to those. In one of my videos, I haven't posted yet, I explain what these diagonals are. And I'll show that later. I cut into the studs right here at a 45-degree angle, and these are 1 by whatever, 1 by 4s or whatever. And years ago, before plywood, because plywood really stiffens up a structure, especially if you glue it, and that's what you want to do. You want to glue your plywood to your studs. But this is just an additional stiffening mechanism, if you want to call it that. And before plywood, they used to use tongue and groove boards that were laid horizontal, and the wind could take a building and literally rack it because the tongue and groove was not connected to each other like it really should be, and the wood shrinks, and structurally it's not as strong as the plywood. So they used to put these diagonals in. They call them wind braces. A friend of mine told me about this. Oh yeah, and I remember seeing some of those on some old buildings. So I put some of these in. I don't have them all in yet, but I put some in, and it is surprising how much that stiffens up your structure. Really makes it strong. And let's see, what else do I have for you? Not much else. Oh, before you start constructing your structure, you got to be sure of the windows you're going to be using. I bought my windows ahead of time, and you got to make sure your rough opening are going to match the windows you purchase. If you custom make your own windows, like Dan is doing on Tiny Home Customs, or whatever he calls his YouTube channel, he's making his own windows, so it doesn't matter. As long as you match your openings to your windows or your windows to your openings, okay? Be careful of that. Find out from the manufacturer what the RO is, rough opening, of your windows are. What else am I trying to say here? On the end where my entrance is going to be, where is that? I think someone stole it. Oh, it's right here. It's kind of like right here. Oh yeah. So here's another big window. It's like 4 feet square windows. I'm going to have a 2 foot wide door. That'll keep my ex-wife out. And actually it won't. I'll keep her out. So anyway, I live in a house that had a 2 foot wide bathroom door, and I had no trouble getting in and out of it. But before you commit yourself to closing that door up, if you have something like your one-piece shower is not going to fit through that opening, you're going to maybe have to put it through a window. Or what I'm doing is I'm not framing this part off right now, and this is plenty wide enough to get anything I want in that house, such as the one-piece shower stall, 32-inch wide shower. And after that's in, everything that's going to be large like that, I can't think of anything else, because I'm going to have a small refrigerator. Maybe a large refrigerator wouldn't fit through a 2-inch wide opening, but I think it's very foolish to have a large refrigerator anyway if you're 1 or 2 people. Big deal. Some tiny houses don't even have refrigerators. They just go to the store all the time for their food and keep an ice chest, but whatever. Alright, so that's that. So, and this is the opposite side. Again, these are all individual sections that I pre-built. Then I placed them on the trailer. I'll have a video of that later. And that's about it. There, boys and girls. It's a little confusing when you look at it, but it is what it is. And like I said, this is my final design right here. Right here, this is going to be where it's the kitchen window. The sink is going to be there. No, I forget. No, the stove is going to be right under that window. Under this window is going to be the sink. And this window is this window right here. So as it clears the stairs, as you can see. Okay. So it's going to be, I'm going to have to get some blinds. The whole neighborhood's going to see me in my underwear. What else? That's about it. If you have any questions, you can go on my Facebook page, Wayne's Tiny House, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, Wayne's Tiny House. Let's see now. I'm going to close this. I'm done with this. Yes. Shut up. Oh. Close, will you? Do. No, I don't want to save it. I'm not going to save it. Don't pay any attention to that. Wayne's Tiny House. Where's Wayne's Tiny House? I don't know. Well, that's not it. Oh, Simpson ties. Yeah, you gotta look that stuff up. Do your research on how to properly build a house, make it strong. I think a hurricane's not gonna tear it apart. I think a hurricane is gonna just flip your house over. They talk about make it hurricane safe, all this other crap. Well, you know what? I think it's gonna flip it over. Unless you really tie it down. Okay, so here's Wayne's Tiny House right here. I got a little more done than that. Okay, and hey, there it is again. Check it out, Wayne's Tiny House. Click on this. This will bring you to my YouTube YouTube channel. Right now I got 4 subscribers. Help me out, will you people? Subscribe. Now I don't have a lot of videos there. I only have 4 of them. I got more on my Facebook page. They're the same. Check them out. This is the shed I tore apart, and I'm using a lot of the material there. Well, actually, all of the material. Plus, I had to buy some. Okay, that's just me pulling it down. I just thought it was a funny video. That's all. You don't have to watch that. 9 views on that one. 16 on this one. Check it out. And this is all my bargains. Not all of them. My bargains that I got before I even started, before I bought my trailer. This is the review on the trailer. Check it out. And don't look at these people. These are, yeah. Check these people out. Living Big in a Tiny House. That's a good one. Tiny House Journey. They show you a lot of different tiny houses. Tiny House Listings, they do too. I don't know who this guy is. I forgot. I did something there. I forget. That's all right. Don't pay any attention to this guy. He's I don't know. He's kind of weird. All right, they're building a tiny house here. Anna White, check them out. Don't check him out. Oh, that's Wayne's Tiny House. That's me. Cool. No, that's another one. I kind of got confused. There's 2 Wayne's Tiny Houses. Don't pay any attention to that one. Just go to the one how I showed you that. Let me see. There's more. Review 6 more. All right. Oh, this is good if you're going to edit your videos. He shows you how to use Windows Media Edit. Okay. Tiny House. Check them out. They're building a tiny house. Tiny House Customs. He's a funny guy. He built his own trailer and he's going to build his own house. He built a door. He's an entertaining guy and you can learn a lot from him. I don't agree with everything he does or what they do, but that's just my opinion. That's all that is. Just my opinion. But you can get all kinds of good ideas. Take the bad, take the good, throw the bad out, use the good. Hey, do what you want. And have fun. RelaxShack.com, that's another one. Check him out. He does a lot of things with tiny houses. Check them all out. Anyway, that's it for me. What I'll be doing at the end of the videos, I think, if I find more bargains in my trips, I'll go over them just to encourage you to go out and find your own bargains. That's about it. I think that's about it. Check them out. Subscribe to my channel. And let me know what you think. Any questions, give me a call. Not a call. Don't call me. You get my phone number. Send me an email through either Facebook or YouTube. I'm not quite sure how to do it through YouTube, but certainly on Facebook, you can. Wayne's Tiny House. Signing out. Check again. Check back later, Tiny House people. Nice talking to you. Bye.